Good morning, good morning. Thank you, good Lord, for a new day to trade, not financial advice, educational purposes only. Shorting small caps is very, very high risk. So we're getting a lot of PRs coming in now. Just caught a nasty flush off SCYX. Uh, Someone in the group called it out. Josh, appreciate you. But it round tripped, caught it off 98 cents. And I wasn't really paying attention, so I let it round trip, got out about 80 cents, so that really helped. But let's see if we get anything else moving this morning. CNTA, or no, that's not the one I was looking at. There's one that had a buyout here, or maybe that one too. APLS, it's up a lot, but looks like it was a merger. BFRG is the only ticker I'm in. Oh, POLA's pumping again? Oh yeah, I already called. That was the other one I played today early. It keeps falling around 260. So just catching quick little flushes on it. I'm probably gonna leave it alone right now, let it push a little bit higher, but I'll keep it on the radar. But yeah, scalped this one a couple times and then shorted SCYX this morning. A nice little flush so far. Every time it pushes to this 260 level, it seems to flush pretty hard. I'm not really sure why this one's moving either. BFRG's pushing a little bit now. Like I said, I'm in this one. We're at my average now, 124. I was thinking about adding some more, but I'm too slow. So I'm just going to chill with my current position. I just feel like this one could like fade away the rest of the day. I could be wrong. But yeah, small though, only 1,000 shares, just 124. I'm gonna try to ignore this one and just see if it fades most of the day. I just don't see this one turning into a multi-day, but maybe I'm wrong. MASK is breaking down. This was one of the main movers from 4 a.m. to 6:59 or 7 today. Kind of breaking trend now. What do you say? BFRG broke VWAP with high volume of day. Is that bullish? I mean, it kind of makes sense because we're finally after 7. This is where all the volume is. So I might add if it gets to 129. Could see same thing with like POLA. I think after 7 we get a little more volume. So just hanging out with my 124 position. We'll add 129 if it gets there. I'm not gonna get too heavy because this is more just like this should fade. That's kind of my thesis on it. So nothing that strong. But if it gets to 129, I'll add some more, and we might get there. So Adam, you might be right about the volume and breaking VWAP or whatever. So 129, I'm gonna take another stab. Got my locates if it gets there. How many shares were you in SCYX? Only 2K, but ended up making like almost 400 on it though, because I caught it from 98 to 80 cents. I looked away, and by the not long. So this was 2 1-minute candles. So I looked away to get the live stream set up, and then I saw it at like 83 cents, and it kept falling. So I got out. I can tell you exactly where I got out. 79.5. Oh yeah, 795. So 98. So basically $400 on that one. A little under 400 bucks. Off 2K shares, not bad because I played it small. That's about the only way I get a round trip is if I ignore them. But yeah, I wasn't really planning on ignoring it. I just literally, like I said, looked away for a couple minutes. And it flushed hard. We're flirting with 129, but we haven't gotten there yet. 128. Let's see if we get up there. There's a big, decent ask at 128. Let's see if it breaks through it. It looks like it will, though. It did. So I'm in 129. Next ad will probably be like 140. $139. Again, my thesis is just I just have a hard time believing this is going to be a multi-day. Could I be wrong? Absolutely, but it's worth the risk for me, so I'm gonna try it. 10 million, and just as a reminder, 10 million float. Overall offering risk medium. They had the what was it? The PR yesterday. A paid collaboration with quote unquote top 5 global pharma companies. Yeah. OSY, dang. Oh, I still have locates on this. I might. It actually, the crazy thing about it, this was a decent sized private placement too. So the news is not that terrible on this, but I'm going to try to short it again. So I'm back in at 97 cents. Kind of forced the entry kind of quick on that one, but because it just struggles to break over $1. You see how many times it's failed it? So I'm going to try it. 97 cents, only 1,000. If we get a little bit higher, I'll add the other ones. There we go. Maybe I should ignore it again. But yeah, the only reason I entered 1,000 this time is because I saw it at 97. I wanted if I would have caught it at 99, I would have added the 2K shares. But see what it does. I'm gonna try to hold this one again. See if it round trips. It might try to bounce off VWAP this time, but let's see. But yeah, it seemed like it was a decent sized private placement. So, and they had some other PR. Completes transformative acquisition of PXL 770, innovative, highly selective direct AMPK activator for the treatment of autosomal dominant polycystic kidney disease, and a 40 million private placement. What are the details on it? A bunch of dilution, basically 35 million shares will be diluted, and then up to 43 million common warrants. Oh, 92 cents per unit. Yeah, if it pushes to $1, I'm gonna keep shorting it. The 92-cent sell price gives me a little bit more conviction, but it is a decent sized private placement. Yeah, you're probably right, Bart. SXTP. Burritos, are you still in Mask? I know you were in it earlier. It's fading now. SXTP. I gotta keep an eye on BFRG. Is it still pushing? No, it's coming back down. So as of right now, that 129 was a good ad. Hopefully it stays that way. SXTP, I was too slow. It's already flushing. There we go. Might get another round trip on SCYX. Not like I said, I'm not in very heavy. I would typically trim here. This feels like a good spot to trim, but since I'm only in 1,000 shares, I'm just going to see if it round trips. So the only positions I'm in is SCYX. Here we go, new low, and BFRG. I might actually get out here. I'm out 86 cents. I'll take it. The BFRG is putting up a little bit of a fight. But this one's going to not be an exciting play. So I'm expecting this one to be a slow fader, just FYI. I'm not expecting this one to flush to like $1.90 on the live stream. This is one I'm going to try to just ignore most of the day, set a stop somewhere, and then just see if it fades most of the day. But my average is, what is my average? 126.5, but only on 1,500 shares. So yeah, I've been ignoring SOGP. I went long on it and I went short on it earlier. Forgot I traded that one, but traded it really small. I usually don't trade too much before the live streams, but I woke up early today, so. And I think I'm addicted. So. I had some stuff for work I wanted to get done before the live stream. And then I Took a few trades. LTRN. I'm not getting any of these alerts. Yeah, MASK, when I looked at it earlier, the locates were really pricey. Or maybe I was looking at another one. And then I look back later and it was super cheap. So I don't know if I clicked the wrong one, but yeah, this was a good one. But Burritos called it. LTRN's pushing a little bit more here. I'm probably about to run downstairs and get my headphones. I might turn on that backup YouTube scanner because I'm not getting a lot of hits today on trade ideas. Well, there hasn't really been that many plays. Yeah, I must have looked at the wrong one when I saw the expensive locates. Anyways, I'll be back in like 30 seconds. I'm gonna run downstairs and grab my earphones. I left them down there. Or not. I left them in my pocket. Even better. Let's go. So I guess that was a good cover, 86 on SCYX. It was bouncing back a little bit. BFRG, 1 cent in the money now. But again, I'm gonna just keep an eye on it, watch price action. I'm still not super confident it's going to be a strong mover today. Kind of only want to be in 1,000 shares, so I might just trim these 500 at break even. Okay, so I'm back in just 1,000. Moved up my average couple cents. I'll take it, but back to only 1,000 in BFRG. Just in case it does push, I want to be able to add some size without getting too big. So back to just 1,000 shares. XNDU, whatever this sketchy ticker is, moving a little bit. KIDZ. KIDZ is pushing KIDZ. So I'm gonna grab some locates, but it looks pretty illiquid right now. I'd like to see it push a little bit more. Do they have any news? Yes. Regains compliance with NASDAQ minimum bid price requirement. This is some trash news, so yeah, I'm gonna short this. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. So first entry, $3. Trimmed a little here, 269, because I can't get any more locates now. So that's kind of scares me when that happens. So trimmed, oh, now it's saying $75 for 1,000. So I'm just hanging out with half of them now, see if it flushes a little bit more. I like compliance news like this. Ain't crap changed. There's still a trash company that almost was out of compliance. There we go. And I'm out. 249. Let's go. Oh, did it have a tiny float? I don't even think I checked. I'm familiar with KIDZ though, but I didn't realize it was a nano. Broke my rule. I didn't know though. I'm gonna play the ignorant card, but yeah, nice little flush on it. So. Try to get some more locates to see if it would, just in case it pushed more. Then it rejected me, and then it offered them to me for 75 bucks. So I was like, ooh, this is usually a warning sign that you're dealing with a nano. Anyways, LTRN never do anything? No. BFRG? No. So I think this is the only one I'm in right now. Yeah, BFRG 1,000 shares, 126. Caught the bounce. Let me see, 1 minute. Yeah, I'm probably gonna leave it alone since it's a nano. I can't play the ignorant card this time since I know now. Since Josh ruined it for me, he put tiny float in the chat. Nah, I shouldn't be messing with these nanos. So appreciate it. Yeah, I'm all out. I am all out. 248 was my last exit, which wasn't bad. I've been killing these exits today. SCYX, I got out 86 cents on this one. You know, it's starting to come back now. KIDZ, I got out a little early on one of them though. 269 here at VWAP, I think, and then the other one was 248. And then the earlier one I got out at 80 cents or 79 cents. Yeah, I did time almost about on that one. So every now and then you get lucky. Because I rarely time the bottom. Yeah, it's a super nano. I'm seeing 960K on AskEdgar. I'm seeing like 300K on FinViz. On this little scanner, it said 150K. So whatever it is, KIDZ, there's not a lot of supply, so I'm not surprised the locates are shooting up. BFRG is pushing 130 again. So I'm glad I trimmed out of those 500 at basically break even, because just in case it tries to push, could have re-added here, move my average up a little bit, play the same game. When it flushes back down, just trim them, but I'm gonna wait, see if it pushes. Next entry I think I have set is 139. I don't think it's going to get there, but let's see. Like I said, this one isn't going to be an exciting pre-market pop. I'm expecting this one to fade all day, so slowly, painfully, but I think it could happen. Are you going to scale into? Oh yeah, I just kind of covered that. Yeah. So that's the plan. That's why I trimmed down to only 1,000, and then my next scale will be 139. I'm gonna do a decent gaps in between these scales though. When you say TZ Mobile, does that mean the app on iPhone or something? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the mobile is the cellular device that I use, the iPhone, because that's what I trade on. I like being handicapped. SOGP stacking. Yeah, it's not a bad app by any means, but you never hear me try to talk people into trading on mobile. I think you have a huge advantage trading on desktop. It's just all I know. It's all I've traded. And I keep telling myself I'm gonna transition to desktop, but that day has not happened yet. $7:30 in 30 seconds. Let's see if we get some more PRs. if KIDZ breaks a new high and holds, it could run just because of the float alone. The news isn't impressive, but let's see. So there's a decent amount of PRs that came out. So let's see if anything starts moving. INKT has some phase 2 data. I just quickly read the headline. Let's see. Is it moving? No. ZENA. Yeah, just regaining compliance. And usually with these compliance plays, you'll see an initial push, but most of the time they don't hold. But since this one's float so tiny, they might just find a reason to pump it. ELAB. Little pop. AGA Precision System signs long-term agreement to AE. I don't really like this one, so I'm moving on to the next one. AEHR. Dang, they're all. Oh, that's a big ticker. I don't really like any of these. None of these pops are that impressive. But anyways, ELAB. It looks like it's already flushing, but signs some type of long-term agreement. Oh, it says mission critical aerospace and defense. Man, that defense theme was short-lived. We still at war, and it's still. Well, it matters what day you ask our administration, but we're still at war. So it's weird that defense is not holding up. Yeah, military operation, whatever they want to call it. Yeah, I'm not really seeing much, guys, so I'm just going to hang out with my BFRG. Special military operation. Where have I heard this before? Multi-year wars. That's where we've heard this before, in the Middle East. But I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to get political. Because y'all know how I feel. I've told y'all before. I don't like any of these politicians. They're all full of it. Special interests that are not ours. So I'm just going to hang out in BFRG. I'm not seeing really much, guys. So surprisingly, there's way more action from when I traded 6 to 7 today. Yeah, KIDZ looks like it could run. They're gonna push it just because the float size. And I don't blame them. I mean, this thing could run. Few cents in the money now with BFRG. So it looks like it is gonna, let's see, has it failed VWAP yet? I'm hanging out still on it, but missed the comment where where I said I got out on what? BFRG? I'm still in it. I trimmed some earlier to just get back to my 1,000 shares. I was in 124, added 129, got my average to 126. Then when it got back to 125 or 126, I just got out of 500 shares. So I just bumped up my average a couple cents. Because I thought for a second it looked like it might keep pushing. So I wanted to get my size down. Because this is not like my go-to play. 1,500 shares on a $1.20 stock is not that big, but this is just supposed to be a casual play in the background that I want to fade. Oh, on KIDZ long? Oh, J Money. Got it. Yeah, I think J Money got in at VWAP. Yeah, KIDZ is going to keep pushing. Looks like. Well, I don't know. I mean, but there's a good chance it will. I'm not convicted to take a long on it, but I wouldn't be surprised. There might be a little pullback soon, but tiny float. And that's why I'm trying to like stay away from nanos a little bit more, is because they'll just get pumped. You'll be right about your technical level. You could be right about the news being trash. You can be right about all that. But if the float is small enough, longs will pile in and run it up. Again, I don't mean that in a bad way. I would do the same thing. I mean, these nanos fly. BFRG, maybe we finally break under VWAP soon. Let's see. It tends to kind of bounce around off this 200. Like it did flush a little bit under it, but here it kind of bounced off of it. Here it bounced off of it. So that'd probably be a good spot to trim. But I would like to see if this one breaks down a little bit more. For sure, J Money. And that's what and I shared this with the Discord. So over the past month, I'm slightly red on nanos. Not much, but a little bit. ASTC. Let me pull this up real quick. No, it's not really doing much. Slightly red on nanos, and basically like I would have like 4 wins and then like 1 loss that would wipe out those 4 wins on nanos. That's kind of what the data was showing. Like I still had like an 80% win probability with them, but when I lost, they were like bigger losses. So I'm just going to respect the data and leave nanos alone for a little bit. Since things are, I wouldn't say it's heating up, but last week there was 1 or 2 plays that pushed hard almost every day, and they were micro floats, aka 3 million or less, or nanos. I'm gonna keep shorting micro floats, but nanos I might just straight up, or I am going to just try to straight up avoid. unless I do what I did earlier and get in it before checking, which is never a good thing, but I get away with it sometimes. NFE, but just a weak pop. That's my definition, John. I don't know if that's the the legal definition. Now that's how I define them. Yeah, nano under 1 million, micro under 3 million. Kind of just keep an eye on KIDZ. Just for the fun of it. See what it does. It's a good way to describe it, J Money. Yeah. Anything under 500,000, you playing with fire. J Money, you gonna take it long if it gets back to VWAP? KIDZ is easy to borrow? That's weird. I think they're trying to lure you into a trap. You had a couple you cut last week because you thought they'd push, and they did. Yeah, really good. I'm glad I was able to avoid some last week. Yeah, there's a few. I dodged most of the bullets. ARTL got me in pre-market on Friday. Um, but I made up for it. Locking in on that thing. I don't know if y'all saw the video, but I I scalped my heart out on that one, on the long side. But yeah, I think I avoided most of the bad ones last week, but except for ARTL, it got me a little bit in pre-market. And that was doing what I did with KIDZ. I jumped in before looking at the float. I get away with that. I got away with that most of my career. And again, I got to just dial that in. It's a bad habit. Because if I see, the first thing I look at is the percent up. If this thing's up 50+%, I'm about to dive into that thing blind. And that's what I'm trying to reel in. Because 9 out of 10 times, maybe 8 out of 10 times, let's say that they drop, but that one that doesn't, usually just takes off, and that's what ARTL did. J money on the 5 minutes, not cleanly respecting the levels, wicking below too much. Might get in trouble holding on, looking for strength. Yeah, no, I hear you. I was just wondering, since nothing else is moving, if we get a bounce or not. But I agree with what you're saying. Oh, did you short HKD? Somehow I avoided HKD too. I was not even involved in that crazy ticker. A lot of those ones that's like had outrageous, but I'm pretty good about cutting when things go against me. Outside of DRUG, that one I was, again, this is why I try to cut early, is because I don't mind $500, $1,000, $2,000, even 3 or 4K losses. They hurt, but like I can live with it. The problem is whenever I ignore it and then it gets to 10K, 15K, 20K, and I don't allow that. I have a max loss on my broker now, but that's where I would freeze up. Like, man, taking this hit is so hard, and then you freeze up, and then now it's 25K, 30K. That's what happened with my big loss. I just froze up. But I was trading way bigger back then. And I had, only keep like a 25K account now. If it gets over 50K, I pull the money out. That was like a 80 to 100K account, which isn't that big, but bigger than I typically trade with these days. CYPH pushing up a little bit. And the reason I do that, that's just my safety net. I'm kind of handicapping myself from growing doing that, but with all the other distractions in my life, it just seems like the right thing to do. And then whenever I focus entirely on trading, I'll probably scale up a little bit again. And nothing looks too interesting. Hopefully 8 o'clock we'll get something. No, I wanted to go long. Dang. Yeah, that was life-changing money for some people. HKD. Appreciate it. Still unprofitable. Now that's kind of what I'm glad you said that, because it's not like I'm more just trying to talk through like why I do the things I do. So I'm glad you appreciate it. With short selling, there is, a higher risk, just like everything in life. Like short selling, you can consistently make money for sure. Like I see newbies come into our group and just kill it from day one. And what usually takes them out is, if they get taken out, most of them learn pretty quick, but if somebody gets taken out, it's the outlier events. So those ones that go against you hard, the ones you're not planning for, that's the ones that usually take you out. So those are my safety nets. Because I know some short sellers, they'll have massive accounts, and that always just scared me a little bit. Having I'm not going to name this person, but y'all probably know that other short seller I stay close to, but he he keeps most of his net worth in his account. And I'm just like, geez, being a short seller, that's scary. Keeping most of your net worth in your, because he's like successful. He's made like millions, and he keeps like almost all of his entire net worth in like his trading broker account. And I was like, wow, that's wild. LTRN putting a little push here, a little bit of a push. But to each their own. I don't like those traders that say you have to do it this way or that way. So I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, to me, that it makes me a little nervous. Because if I lose this 25K account, believe me, it's going to hurt and I'm going to be upset. But like, it's not the end of the world. Where if I had most of my net worth in there, I mean, that would be devastating. ELAB pushing. Nano floats I'm going to avoid. SST's pushing a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Ever since this stream started, there hasn't been very many plays I like. BFRG finally breaking down. So again, 126 was my average. This one's not going to be a fun one. It's probably just going to be a slow fade. And it'd probably be smart to cover at the 200, but I just don't have enough, that big a size. So I might just wait and see what price action does, see if it tries to break down. But yeah, there's nothing else I really like. I'll keep an eye on SST though. It's trying to grind up. This isn't that the price action I like. I like the quick moves up, not this, you know, illiquid. But thank you for putting it on my radar. Continue to do that. But I probably will wait, see if it has a little bit stronger push before I consider a position. LTRN, it ended up pushing to the pivot. Let's see what it does here. How do you even trade these? My broker won't even let me move more than 1,000 shares of these without calling in. Yeah, I use TradeZero, and I have a link for that in my description. So it's common with brokers to do that because short selling small caps is considered very high risk. I mean, I agree, but certain brokers are skeptical letting people do it. So TradeZero is designed for short selling. And there's other ones, but shorts TradeZero is the one I recommend since that's the one I use. I've been using it for like almost 4 years. Is there better ones? Potentially, but I can't speak to those. But I like TradeZero a lot. So every now and then you'll have trouble. Like even yesterday, there were some locate issues, but typically they're pretty dependable. ELAB still pushing. I'm not gonna mess with it, but I'll pull it up. Yeah, it's still pushing. $5 or a 480 retest might not be bad, but again, I'm gonna leave these nanos alone. IMCC is pushing. Yeah, so day trade, I think a lot of us, and for me personally, like to keep a larger account because a lot of stocks require 400% maintenance, so we're limited to only trading 25% of our capital. That makes sense, but that's also a brokerage issue. But that does make sense. I know some like E-Trade and other ones, they will only let you trade. If you're like short and small caps, it can only be like 20% of your account or whatever. In my 25K account, at its lowest, I can do 2x margin on it. So I've been in bigger than 25K positions. I rarely do that, but no, that makes sense. And it's probably not a bad thing that brokers do that, but again, TradeZero is a little bit more lenient. And actually, there's some that's even more lenient than that. I think Ocean One allows 6x, and you don't have to, somehow they get around the PDT stuff. And I typically don't go into margin. I just have to have a margin account to short sell, obviously. But I'm not trying to leverage more than I have in my account typically. It's a very rare occasion I do that. LTRN's pushing a little bit more, you said? I don't dislike it, but I just don't like the price action last time I checked it. LTRN. Yeah, this price action is garbage. I don't know what to do with this. It's like not even moving. See what these candles look like? Like this is a very illiquid stock. And I don't trade that big of size, so I don't have to really worry about not getting in and out, but it's not going to take, all it takes is one decent sized position to send it, or one decent sized position to drop it. So could it flush? Absolutely, but I just don't like this type of price action personally. Hope that makes sense. 8 o'clock is in 1 minute. We'll get us some more PRs. Unfortunately, I don't know anything that might get money rotation. Maybe POLA might flush a little more. Hopefully BFRG, but there's nothing really pumping too hard that I care about. So what's the maintenance requirement roughly at TZ? I don't even know what it is, bro. I don't know. I'd be guessing. Sorry, I probably should know that, but it's just never an issue. Just never running into buying power issues. All right, we got some new PRs coming out. Let's see if we get any movers. We got a patent on ENVB. I like patent news, even though one recently gave us trouble. But typically I like patent news. But it's not moving. Dang, we don't get any 8 o'clock pops. IMCC still up about 27%. It's only up 11 cents, so that's the part I don't like about it. I would have to like add a bunch of shares to make any money on it. What was the news though? Let's see. IMCC, because it's starting to push right now. Okay, I'm actually about to stab this thing real quick. All right, I'm in it. So let's see what IMCC. VRAX is pushing. Oh, it's cheap though. Back to IMCC. So reports 2025 results, revenue 54.7 million with over 134% growth in Germany and positive operating cash flow. It's actually not bad for a cannabis company because, oh, but it's Canadian, I think. Yeah, because if it's traded on NASDAQ, it is. So IMCC, I got me a starter on it. I might scale into this one. VRAX is pushing a little bit. Let me pull up the AskEdgar on IMCC. I usually don't like earnings plays that great either, but their AskEdgar profile doesn't look too bad, and it's Israeli. You gotta be careful with some of these Israeli plays. But I'm in a couple thousand shares, 56.7 cents. So almost 57 cents is my average. So I'm gonna see if it flushes a little bit here. And it is, but again, only in 2,000 shares. You can't make much money with that on this price, but I thought it might push a little more. I'm out 52 cents. I'm just gonna get out. I'm gonna wait for it to push more. Like I said, I don't really like doing these earnings plays, and 134% growth and positive operating cash flow. I might just scale it when it pushes, trim out when it flushes, just make a few cents here and there. But I don't love it. MOBX is pushing. Ooh, dang, they're all under 50 cents though. Dang. If this gets to 50 cents, I'll be interested, but that's a decent ways off. I'm glad I traded from 6 to 7 today, or I wouldn't have made hardly any money. Yeah, only up 697 on the day, but that's mostly 600 of it's from 6 to 7 before I jumped on. Yeah, BFRG again. I'm holding on to this one. It should break that 120 at some point. I, Again, I have a hard time believing this is going to be a multi-day. Could I be wrong? Absolutely, but I'm having a hard time believing it. But if nothing else really takes over, there's nothing that's, well, what's KIDZ doing now? Is it still pushing? KIDZ. Not really. And then what was the other one? ELAB, did it give out too? Because if there's enough distractions, I don't think BFRG stands a chance, but there's nothing that's really taking control of the market right now. That I'm aware of, at least. No. Outside of like these really small pennies, the biggest mover is KIDZ at 54%. Back in a slow pre-market. Man, we've been in a slow pre-market forever. Even when it heats up a little, it's still like 50% of like what a real hot market is. Probably one of the longer, slow markets I've seen in a while since I started short selling, honestly. Yeah, it's mostly intraday though. There was some pre-market moves for sure, but again, not where I know some of y'all remember the days where like every 7:30, 8 o'clock, there was like 2 or 3 pops and you had to choose which one you wanted because all three were good. Like those are the days I miss. But they'll be back at some point, I'm sure. There's a lot of chaos in the world right now. The 2025 and 2024 though, March is whenever it started getting hot. Both years it started heating up around March, and we flirted with it last week, but I don't know. We're still a ways off. BNRG's pushing though. Let's see what it's up to. I got scared for a second when I heard that alert go off because BFRG is not that much different. This is a nano, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Probably not a bad short though, to be honest, but I'm gonna leave it alone. 708K float is what I'm seeing. Let me check with FinViz. Ooh, flushing. Yeah, it's a nano. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, last summer was the hottest. You're right, Alexandru. Last summer was wild. Good morning, Team Mac. Nothing's looking good, bro. Only thing I'm in is BFRG, and I know it's going to be a slow fader. No kids for me, no. Messed up and told y'all I wasn't going to short nanos anymore, so now I got to keep my word. Yeah, that's why I like these live streams. It kind of holds me accountable too. Because when no one's watching, that's the real you, you know. It's when you have to be disciplined. Give it a couple days. Yeah, I know, bro. Oh gosh. Nah, the data showed I needed at least for March. I haven't been doing good with the nanos. Yeah, sorry guys. This is a kind of a very uneventful live stream. MRVL's pumping. A little out of my price range and market cap. And NVIDIA news. Ooh, look at BFRG. This is why I love nanos. They do this. Just as quick as they go up, they flush. But again, data's telling me to avoid, so I'm gonna avoid for a little bit. What a flush though, my goodness. Always forget to add this. By the way, the Discord, if you're new, Discord is pinned in the top comment. We have a free trial going on. If you want to join, check it out. A little more exciting during the, most of the action's been intraday. I don't live stream all day. I'll usually do after hours live streams, but we keep the chat going throughout the day. If you're interested, I'll put it in the chat. But it doesn't look like we're going to get much today. I'll hang around till 8:30 at least. See if we get any 8:30 pops, but it's looking kind of weak today. Probably one of the more weak days we've seen because the top gainer is only up 54%. CRBU breaking news. CRBU. It's not really doing much though. Caribou Biosciences. FUSC. $15 million float, 32 million market cap. Yeah, it's not up much. It got up to, apparently, when it got to 127, it was up 16.5%, but yeah, it's not up. I'm not playing it. But I'm looking at the details just in case it pushes. But it doesn't look like it. Dang, guys, brutal, brutal day. IINN. These cheap plays today, man. These brutal. I think KIDZ has been the best to play so far. Do you take it long or short? Nah, the best play was what was it? SYCX? That was the best one. To me. CYX. Yeah, this was the play of the day. I got it twice. 98 to 80, then 97 to 86. But Mass was pretty good too. Oh yeah, Mass was a good one. Nice little fade. Short, small size on the double top. Nice, Adam. IMCC ended up flushing nasty. Wasn't patient enough with it, but all good. Because I called it. Josh from the Discord called it out. You in the Discord, J Money? You could have called it. Nah, there's a few good plays, but like you were saying, Mask and whatever that one was again, I already forgot it. But most of them were early this morning because yeah, see this one already started making lower highs before the live stream even started. So I know a few people in the Discord, they do well from 4 to 7, but I don't like waking up that early. I mean, I would if it like if I needed to, but I might start doing it a little more. Who knows? What goes down in the Discord? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I like it, but I haven't built it out much. So it's mostly just our chat and then the exclusive live streams. And we have like a little dilution like bot. You can ask like dilution questions or whatever, or you ask a ticker, and then it'll give you like dilution information. But I'm not gonna like pump it up like it's because April this month is when I want to build it out. I told the Discord about it. I'm gonna kind of leverage the AskEdgar API. I got this guy on Upwork working on sending out stock alerts in the group that's tied to dilution, the AskEdgar API. So anytime something goes up 20%, we'll have a room or a channel that alerts us and it'll give out the dilution profile and things like that. But still kind of beta test right now, but that's why it's cheap and that's why I do the free trial, but we stay active in the chat all day. The chat, I mean, I bank off just the alerts that everyone sends out. So, and then I do the Friday live streams and the after hour live streams as well. And we have other couple good traders in there that have their own channel. So it's growing, but it's still kind of in the beta phase because I haven't spent a lot of time on it. And then I'm gonna build out a mini course by the end of next month because it's hard for, I noticed like people that understand stocks, they do well, but the like complete newbies that come and join, it is kind of a lot. So I'm gonna try to create like a A to Z roadmap in the group. So little condensed course. So that's the April plan. Because I've been focused mostly on real estate this year and launching a couple properties, and I'm almost done with the last one. Then it's back to trading focus. SOGP, is it pushing again? Appreciate it. Sounds great for me. The first month in the Discord has been amazing, learning so much. Now you're getting in at a good time. Before I raise the prices. Because I always grandfather everyone in with what price they get in. And I probably won't bump it up too much, but I am working on with some people on Upwork to try to build out like a cool little scanner that sends out like dilution and things like that. Create a course only using memes. That's for you, J Money. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm providing value because I'll probably, like I said, the best part of the group is the community. Like y'all get exclusive live streams from me, but like some of the call outs from the group, like today, like Josh, that's my best play of the day. And it wasn't because I found it, just because somebody in the group shouted it out. So sometimes my scanner misses things. So it's nice when, and it's nice because we all look for the same thing for the most part. It's not like you're in some random group and they're throwing out NVIDIA option plays and this and that. No, it's like we're all talking about short selling, small caps. Good morning, fellas. Sprained ankle, no trade day for me. Trade with your feet, Trump? What you doing? Now, oh, relaxing in bed with foot elevated and a perk in the belly for comfort. Dang, bro, that sucks. That's unfortunate. Dang, Joe, you've been in here 9 months. That is wild. You were actually, Joe. You were the second to join after I moved it to you and Ordo. Were the first two that joined after I moved it to Discord. That's crazy. It's been 9 months. Wow. No, J Money, you talk about Ross. Yeah. If you ever get blocked, J Money, it's going to be because you hit your Ross quota. But luckily, the community likes you and the memes and everything else, so I put up with it. And your call outs and your levels. What was it yesterday? End of day, you and Adam were talking about Ross, and I was rolling my eyes. He's over here talking about how great the community is, and J Money talking about reminiscing to the Ross glory days in the beginning. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, hide your boner, J Money. All right, 2 minutes till 8:30. This is the last PR time I'll probably trade, but hopefully we'll get some type of pumps. But no, I appreciate y'all being in the group though, because again, I gain a lot from it as well. But check out Emmanuel Trade. Okay, I'll do that still. I'm profitable. Emmanuel Trades. Yeah, that's why I'm not good at salesmanship. It's funny because I run retail for cannabis companies, so I should be good at sales, but I just want to always make sure I'm providing more value than what I'm selling. And that's why I do these live streams for free and stuff. Because again, I've been blessed to have a good short selling career, so I'll share what I can. Because you ask me any question on here, I'll answer it. I don't hide anything behind the paywall, but you get more, obviously, in the Discord. Weed needs no salesman. There's a lot of competition now, bro. You gotta get creative. But you're right. People usually buy it regardless. 8:30. So let's see if there's any decent PRs. Dang, man, what a rough morning. Let's see. I don't. None of the PRs I see look like it's going to pump anything. But let's see. ALBT, I'm getting an alert for it, but I think that was one from earlier. Ooh, a little pop on it. Let's see if it pushes a little. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let me grab some locates on this one. This still isn't that impressive, but maybe it'll, oh, here we go. Okay. It's starting to push a little. So took me a stab. 70, it wasn't really that great of an entry. 71, but I'm gonna scale into it. So now let's see if we get a little bit of a flush. Let me pull up the details on it. Tiny float, but not micro or nano. Well, I'm getting mixed data. I'm seeing 10 million here. I'm seeing 1.65 million there. So FinViz is going to be the voice of truth, I guess. Yeah, 6 million. Oh yeah, this is a good size float. So I entered a couple thousand shares at 72 cents. So I'm just going to hang out with these. Still, I'm not going to make that much on it because it's a cheap ticker. But let me see if it flushes a little. I thought it was going to keep pushing though. None of them can sustain a strong push, which is fine. I mean, I'm a short seller, so I want them to fade, but not giving me a chance to really get a good position size. Anybody know why this is pushing? Stock Titan isn't showing news on it. ALBT. Oh, approved capital restructuring measures. Okay. Yeah, this seems like weak news. Oh, but that was from 13 hours ago. Oh, appreciate it, Jason. I didn't get that. Avalon teams up with AWS partner to build automated video platform. Oh, that sounds weak. So yeah, I'm gonna keep adding on this one. Anytime it gets over 70 cents, I'm gonna add. Well, I might not get very many more chances because it's diving now, which is fine. Trimmed a little at 63 cents. And then just going to hold on to this last little bit. Should have added more size, but for a second it looked like it was going to push. KIDZ. I'm going to try to ignore this ALBT, see if it keeps fading a little bit more. Boom. KIDZ is popping. Good avoid. Oh, Jelani, I missed your comment earlier. I'm a software engineer. If you ever have, that's good to know because you definitely understand what we do too. I thought about that after I reached out on Upwork. I was like, I should have looked in the group to see if anybody could help out with this project. Our very own short scanner would be very legit. Yeah, no, we'll have one soon. We will have one soon. SST's pushing. This move on SST is pretty impressive, honestly. Let me look at the locates on this one. I might get some plays here. Here at the end. I'm gonna scale into SST, taking my first stab right here. Ooh, the locates are a little pricier than I prefer, but that's all right. So 409 first entry. Okay, well, flush quicker than I was expecting, but let me see. In the 377, let's go. Well, that was nice. Again, wasn't heavy enough, only 1,000 shares, but made about 400 on it, so not terrible for 1,000 shares, but dang, I should have slammed it. But I thought it might, and it's still going down. I thought it could potentially, again, it's been the story of the morning. I keep thinking that they're going to push a little bit higher. Thought we at least would probably get to like 416, 430, or 450, but whatever, I'll take it. What was that other one I was in? I better keep an eye on it. Oh my gosh, ALBT, y'all see this one? This was a perfect one to ignore. Remember I said I was going to ignore it? Look at it. Let's go, round trip. There we go. I'm gonna end it on that note. That's what you asked for when you're doing what we're doing. So, good morning. And I'll probably wrap up there. This last two plays, I'm glad I hung out after 8:30 because they kind of made the morning. Again, wish I would have went a little heavier on them, but I thought SST was going to push a little bit more, and I thought ALBT could push a little bit more, but neither one of them did. But I'll take it. So on that note, guys, I'll see y'all in the Discord. Like I said, free trial link in the comments. The chat goes pretty hard throughout the Discord, and if you're not interested, all good. I will be back here tomorrow at 7 a.m. to start out April. So see you then.